Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Death, Taxes, and Bananas podcast. This is really me, okay? This is not AI, Johnny Bananas. I think there was a lot of people out there who put what's called a bolo, that's a legal term, be on the lookout. I think my face actually showed up on a milk carton because there were so many people concerned about me because the podcast, we missed a couple episodes. I just want to let everybody know out there that it's not like I was sitting around twiddling my thumbs. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've seen that there was some shit that went down, all right, within the last couple weeks. I like to refer to it as Firefest on water, okay? Actually, I'm going to potentially do a podcast episode specifically about this con cruise. Instead of Con Air, it was like Con Boat. This dude, Michael Gibson, who basically created a Ponzi scheme on water. I think it's going to be a future Netflix show. It should be. American Greed, Scoundrels and Scams, which is basically what it was. So I've been dealing with the fallout from that. I want any fans out there who bought tickets on false pretense, which is exactly what this was. I want to first and foremost apologize for that. But I want to let you know that I am doing everything within my power and using all of my resources, my platform, and everything that I can to hold this piece of shit accountable. My fans out there, and I think I speak for the entire cast when I say this, you guys mean the world to us, and the last thing we would ever want to do is mislead any of you into, potentially doing something that is a scam or fraudulent. So I just want to once again apologize and let everybody know that justice will be ours, okay? You picked the wrong fucking group of people to do this to, all right? This is what we do for a living. We manipulate and scheme and backstab and find ways to seek retribution on people. And you didn't do it to one of us. You did it to over 10 of us. So justice will be ours, like I said. So to all the fans out there who, didn't get to go on the cruise, I apologize. Hopefully we can make it up to you guys one day. And hopefully, hearing my lovely voice and seeing my lovely face back on the podcast will go a long way towards doing that. So without further ado, we are back. Again, you can find us on Spotify, Death, Taxes, and Bananas. We have our own YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Death, Taxes, and Bananas, and our own Instagram as well that I created myself, all right? As if I needed another fucking platform to post shit on. Death, Taxes, and Bananas. Today is a doozy, ladies and gentlemen. Some would call it a three-way. And judging by me and my next guest, it would not be the first time we have engaged in these types of activities. We're not going to tell you who. We're just going to see if you can tell by this intro I'm about to drop on your fucking laps here. Joining us remotely, this man had one of the most turbulent seasons we've seen in a while. This man got burned by more women more times than a bonfire at Burning Man. But even though he took some L's in the game and got torched on his way out, he still managed to get the last laugh. The little friend we like to call Anissa. He's not just a castmate. I consider him more. I actually would consider him a brother in certain aspects. And we're breaking down what it is like fighting uphill the entire way, getting betrayed at every turn, and somehow keeping our heads in the game. Because in an odd way, I can relate to this man and the turmoil and the struggle and the strife that he had to face this season. Then we've got another little special guest. She barely made the height requirement coming into the podcast studio. You've seen her before. She's a Boca native now. She's been involved in some scandals in the past as well. Last one, most notably, called Footgate. Craziest shit ever, okay? I'm talking about Aviv, as you know. She'll be joining us in a little bit. what I'm so perplexed about this season, and maybe my next guest can help me, I don't know, opine on why this was. We had like a full-on, like actual relationship scandal this season, and it didn't even make air. And then we have last season on season 40 when my toes and Aviv's toes touched, and it turned into a fucking full-blown affair. So I don't know who's doing story this season, but you guys got to fucking lock it up. Anyways, Will's partner in crime, his ride or die, who went home with him in one of the wildest eliminations of the season. But here's the kicker. It was all based on info that she was given that sparked one of the biggest blow-ups and full-on absolute pandemonium-nesses in the house. So, was she stirring the pot or just caught in the kitchen when the water boiled over? We're here to find out. Without further ado, my special guest, Mr. Will.
What's going on?
Oh, it's a hell of a background. I got to say, out of all the guests I've had on, you have taken the most time and effort to actually like set up your background, dude. I love what you've done with the place.
I mean, you know, I think simple is better. That's how I live life. And, you know, it's just what we're all about over here. You know, nothing too crazy.
I do too. You know what it is? I think this is very emblematic of like, kind of, you know, your setting here of like your season, and
it's just dark.
It's just dark, dude. And it's like, it's as if you're like this shining beacon of light in the darkness. Do you feel like that?
You know, I do feel like that because I feel also some of the ladies were going into the darkness and I was there to pull them out. And then they threw me back.
It's unreal. It looks cold. Is it cold where you are?
It's not too cold in it.
No, because it's a little chilly where I'm at. Hold on, I brought my head's.
Here we fucking go. Oh yeah, let's see it.
Oh, that's better. Oh. That's better.
That's nice. That's nice.
Well, I just figured it was appropriate since I had my brother on. You know, it's my little Eskimo hat.
Oh, what a guy.
Hey, man.
We are. That's true. We are. We are brothers. Brothers in Maine now.
We are brothers from other mothers, dude.
Wow. It's like it was meant to be, honestly, I think.
I think it was. So, yeah, for those of you that don't know, me and Will might not be brothers by blood, but we are brothers by relation. So.
Yeah. And juices, maybe.
I mean, yeah, hands.
Yeah,
I heard hands. I heard hands.
Hey, hands were flowing.
Let's get into that. So before Will and I's paths crossed, apparently our hands did. So break that down for me because I think there was a little confusion going into this season.
Right.
Basically, you know, the night in question when this whole thing, you know, obviously boiled over, they obviously made it look like you were really upset about the Dee situation, but it seemed like there was a lot more going on than that. So Can you kind of fill us in on that and what you were actually upset about and why you decided to take it all out on the headrest in the bus?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so me and Gabe actually had started.
Oh no, let's take it back to the hotel.
No, so yeah, we were in the hotel and our rooms were side by side, and kind of flirting a little bit at the airport. You know, nothing.
Did
really
you guys have like a
crazy.
conjoining door, or did you have to like actually like walk out and do like little circles?
Yeah, no, I had to walk out and sneak around the little lady security guard.
Oh boy,
in the hallway. But we were playing telephone for the longest time because everybody was calling each other on their phones. And so we're calling, talking, blah, blah, and she's like, you should come sneak over. And I was like, oh, shit, I might get in trouble. I don't know. You know, I don't really know how strict they are here. And she's like, no, come on. And I was like, all right. So I snuck over. I was in there for, I don't know, maybe like 30 minutes or something like that. We started making out, you know, little handies were given. You know, you okay? You okay?
Yeah, no, it's okay. Just got a little warm in here.
Sorry, buddy. And you know, we finished up.
Okay.
Went back to my room, and you know, we were kind of talking. She's like, "Oh, you know, I like you, this and that." So that's in my head a little bit, you know. So I'm thinking, okay, well, shit, probably gonna go to the house. probably have a little thing, maybe not. But
Continue this on,
Yeah, but unannounced to me, I didn't know that
that your
you
brother
two
was
had already,
in the house.
Yeah, I didn't know my long lost brother was already here, and I didn't know he had already talked to her, not in whatever way you guys were talking or whatever. Obviously, I didn't know, but if I would have known before, probably wouldn't have put myself, in that situation to begin with. So we get to the house, and then I see her start to be all over you, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? What's going on here?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what?
By the way, just so you know, I had no idea any of this was happening. So for those of you who don't know, Will and I ended up in the same room together. Not only in the same room, we ended up on the same basically bunk level. So like night one, like we're just, chopping it up. Will comes in hot. He we're drinking the first night. He goes, bananas, me and you to the end, bro. Whoever you want, I'm fucking taking him out. I'm like, a little early to be having these conversations, but okay. I love your enthusiasm. Yeah. End up in the same room, and then ended up, in the same situation.
Same boat.
Yeah.
And dude. So we get to the house and whatever. Obviously, like first couple of days, I was wasted out of my mind, and that was her excuse to like. I don't know if it was excuse or whatever, but she was like, well, just the way you act when you're drinking, like, it's just not attractive. So that's why I'm talking with Johnny now. And I go,
yeah, because I'm much better. I'm well more better behaved when I've had a few drinks.
I'm like, do you not see that me and him are twins, kind of?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, whatever. So that's all going down. And then that night, I was sitting with a few of the girls, and Gabe wasn't drinking. And I was, obviously. Vodka.
This is the night out. This was BOGO night, right?
Yeah.
This was the night that Leo and Derek get into it because Leo found a way to convince Derek that the drink that he was actually drinking was a free drink that belonged to him.
Yeah, ridiculous. So funny. And so we're sitting there, and I'm drinking vodka, which, by the way, everyone, I'm not a vodka guy. Tequila guy. I get happy. I get hard. I get happy.
Happy, hard. I mean, they usually go hand in hand.
Hey.
No pun intended.
Fucking, so anyway, drinking all that, and I guess I was being a little belligerent next to Gabe, and he wasn't drinking, so he looks at me and goes, yo, chill the fuck out. And I was like, whoa. I was like, who are you talking to like that? And he's like, you. And
yeah, because none of this was shown. We didn't know about this till we got back to the house.
Yeah.
After BOGO night. We just heard that we got back, and everyone's like, dude, Will lost his shit on the bus. He was beating the shit out of the headrest. This is the first that I hear about any of this, because it's funny. I took a screen grab after the fact when we were sitting there and watching the whole Derek and Leo fight go down. We were sitting there, and you were sitting behind us, and I had no idea that any of this was going down until after. And then that's kind of like when Dee broke it down to me when we got back to the house, because I was like, what the fuck? What do I need to know here?
Oh, yeah, because wasn't I talking to you, too? I was like, hey, I need to tell you something.
Yeah, well, you were peeking over the balcony. And the best was, because now I just found out, and we're laying down there, and I look up, and I see you over the balcony with no shirt on, and you look her dead in the eyes and go, you disgust me. I'm like, what the fuck did I find myself in the middle of, dude? It's like, I'm looking at it like I've already got myself in enough of a pickle. Totally, not my own doing. I just came into the house, and apparently Olivia had all this beef against me. So now she's right out of the gate. The whole house is against me. It's like, I definitely now do not need to be stuck in any sort of love triangle. And so, I told her that night, I'm like, Dee, listen, you're cool and all, but I'm sorry if you think that this is going to turn into some like love triangle where like, I'm going to fight for your honor. Like, that's not happening. I've got enough issues going on in this house. I've got enough people that want to kill me. I don't need another enemy. And she's like, no, it's okay. I'm going to talk to him and all this stuff. So that's kind of where, and then obviously, as we all do, when you drink and emotions get going, I was like, I definitely got to talk to this guy at some point. I just don't think tonight's the night.
Yeah, no, definitely wasn't. And the thing is, me punching the seat and everything was because of Gabe. So we just kept chiming at each other left and right. And then even when we got back at the bus, he said something, and then that set me off too. So I was all pissed off about that. Obviously, they make it seem as if, I'm getting all pissy at Dee and shit. So then
Better
get back
story.
to the of course. And then just get back to the house, and it's still in my head and everything else, and then kind of just broke down, just like my own mental shit, and then having that was just kind of fuel to the fire. So,
I mean, I think the most. It got even more awkward because then after this whole night goes down, I'm even wondering, I'm like, dude, is this guy gonna fucking try and like murder me in my sleep? And then me and Will wake up because again, we're 2 beds away. We're like, our bunks are like
we
this.
We were a bed away. Yeah, a bed away.
And we both just kind of like wake up and like are like
look at each other,
kind of looking at each other in his eyes, and we're just like, you good?
Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning. We good? Yeah, I'm good. Okay.
Yeah.
But and that's what, and that was the thing, dude. I wanted to just obviously like get that shit out of the way. I know how weird that could be. And again, here was the other thing. Then I started to call into question was I don't know a lot about. I didn't know Dee very well coming into the house. I obviously didn't know you. However, it is like you're coming into into a game, and you don't know like what people's real intentions are. So with her, and then I didn't watch, but I'd heard about the history on Survivor where she had used the relationship she was in on Survivor to make it to the end. So I'm like, is this happening again to me? So for me, I was in the same state. I was just like, I'll be damned. But it seemed like everything after that, you moved on to greener pastures, right?
Yeah, man, for sure. Like I said, when me and you, when you came to talk to me in the morning there, and you're like, hey, I just want to let you know, I was like, brother, that's all you. I'm chill. Whatever you need to do, hey, that's all on YouTube. And I'm straight.
You're like, now what other girl in this house have you been with? Because that's my next target.
Who's next?
Nany has entered the chat.
Oh, shit.
How I wasn't there for that, obviously. And don't worry, this entire episode is not just going to be about you and your female exploits, because you obviously contributed a lot more to this season than that. I think out of all the rookie males, I mean, especially the ones that are still left, I'd have to say that like you have brought the most entertainment and messiness, which we love. We love a messy king. Hey. How did I was already gone, obviously, but how did that all transpire, dude?
Okay, yeah. So
movie night.
Yeah. Fucking. Oh, I love that movie.
So we're on episode 7, right? So so it took until episode 7. How did it feel? Let me ask you this. I don't know if you knew like what. Sorry, these headphones and my Eskimo hat just don't.
Honestly, it looks good.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Or I'll just call it my babushka hat. How does it feel knowing that, or when did you find out that, Nany had obviously been in a relationship for a long time, and you were kind of the first one to, walk through the Garden of Eden and sample the forbidden fruit in quite some time?
So actually, it was the first couple of days when we got there, and everyone was kind of chilling by the pool, and we were all getting to know each other, and this and that. And she's like, "I haven't really talked to you. What's your story?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm from here. I'm from Buffalo." She's like, "Oh my God, I'm from Buffalo." And I was just like, "Oh." And then she told me about her and Casey, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, but I wasn't seeing Nany as like someone I was going to be hooking up with. So I was just like, oh, okay, like that's good, good for you guys, whatever, what went down, And then so movie night comes.
So were you kind of like the in case of emergency break glass penis? You know what I mean?
It's called emergency. I was emergent D.
Yeah. You know like in case of emergency, you break the glass and there's a fucking like a fire extinguisher or like a hatchet.
I'm in there.
Yeah, it was like your penis was in there. She's like, okay, in case of emergency, I'm going to break the glass, and it's like the emergency penis.
Hey, she needed a shoulder to cry on and to ride on, so.
I get it. Happens to the best of us.
Hey, man, I was just trying to be, and I'm a people pleaser. So, I didn't want to be rude. And so, yeah, we're watching movies, and Durka.
You guys watching Team America again?
No, fuck, I wish,
it was just the one time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nobody got that. Nobody got our humor.
As soon as you were gone, though, and I kept saying it, and they're just like, oh, my God, you and Johnny are the same fucking person, dude.
Unbelievable. They have no taste.
So, ridiculous. Yeah, so we're watching a movie, and I'm just laying there, And she said she didn't really notice me until we were partners on the climb the tower and the puzzle.
Climb the tower, jump in, swim under thing?
Yeah.
You did look pretty sexy climbing on that wall. I'm not going to lie.
Thanks, big guy. Appreciate that.
The way it upstaged me. I was like, oh, yeah, dude, I look great. And then they showed your clip, and I was like, never mind. Can you just unshow mine, please?
Stop showing the other twin, would you?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, stop showing Jake.
What a compliment for him to be called Will, though. Wow.
Bro, listen, Jake was a really nice guy, but I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty sure the only reason he even got a little bit of camera time and attention this season was because they mistook him for you.
Dude, did you see what was it last week? They put Will my name when he was getting interviewed?
I'm pretty sure, have you seen the poster for the challenge? I'm pretty sure they actually meant to put your face on there and they accidentally put his instead.
I was wondering, I go, how am I not up there? What
Producers got it. I mean, that would have been way too, you know what they should have done? They should have had me and you up there and we could have put our hands together like this.
With Dee and oh man. Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Could have had a couple of them in
like the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Could have been wild.
We get it.
You got to go straight to camera.
Oh, straight to camera. Okay.
There you go. This should have been the
That's
cover.
A poster.
Yes.
We could make some t-shirts.
I know. When in France.
Oh, shit. And so
yeah.
She goes upstairs. 10 minutes later, I meet her up there. Cedric's watching this whole thing because he told me, he's like, dude, you thought you were slick. I watched both of you fucking.
He's a little intelligence agent, bro. Like that's the thing. He plays.
Yeah, bro.
I gotta say, out of everyone this season, the one that surprised me the most, the one I actually feel betrayed by the most, is him, because he had me thinking he was like innocent, naive, had no fucking idea what's going on.
That's how he does it.
What day it was, and I come to find out this sneaky little bastard knew. I feel played. I've never felt played by a man before until this time.
Damn.
I feel like, yeah.
That's heartbreaker.
So he saw you. So the little intelligence agent saw you run off. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So we go upstairs and we're in the bathroom and I'm telling him like, Nany, be quiet. She's like, I am being quiet because you could hear her throughout the whole house.
Buddy, they played
whole house could
It was
hear
like on loop. Yeah.
Yeah. So the girls that were in the bedroom heard it and they're like, oh my God, someone's screaming. What's going on out there? Cedric came walking by the bathroom because it was the gym bathroom. And he came walking by and he heard her because he was going to go to the bathroom. He's like, what the fuck? So she's, screaming. I'm like, Nany, relax, blah, blah, blah. We get done. We get out. Cedric comes up to me. He goes, I fucking heard you guys. I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, that wasn't no fucking ghost in the hallway, I heard.
You weren't hiding from anybody. All right.
Oh, bro.
And then that just kind of kicked it off from there.
That kind of, kick-sparked it a little bit. And no one knew, though. The only person that knew really what was going on was Cedric. And then that's when I started.
And the neighbors, because they could hear you through the walls. Well, but, as much as I love talking about your sexual exploits, we will move on. As a rookie coming in this season, Will, you definitely made an impression, and I think, you've got a very bright future in creating a lot of chaos moving forward here on the challenge. So,
yes, sir.
Can't wait to see it. And yes, and next time we will try and discuss before. That way we don't, play in the same sandbox.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Not, maybe. I mean, one night we might have. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. If we fucking we find a playground and, nothing else to do, I'd be down.
Hey.
All right. Hey. So without further ado, I told you we're going to have our little guest of honor also make her entrance because, I mean, boy, the two of you were in some pretty interesting situations this past 2 episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Which seat are we putting her in? This one here? Okay.
Can she fit in that one?
I think so. Hold on. Can we get a booster seat? Welcome.
Thank you.
It's been forever.
Thank you for having me. Wow.
It's been forever since I've seen you.
So honored to be on this.
I didn't just see you an hour and a half ago at Rumble.
I'm excited to see Will. I'm always excited.
I'm excited to see Will.
I'm happy to have you guys here.
Here we are. All right. So we lost, obviously, the episode before, because we're catching up kind of on 2, because a lot's happened. We lost Leo and Ashley, courtesy of Turbo and Sydney, and then Anissa and Jake, courtesy of Theo and Adrienne. So it seems like Theo and Adrienne now have just been kind of like the assassins who have been basically doing everyone's dirty work at this point. So, like, was that kind of the plan? Here's my thing is I almost feel like they now are sitting here complaining that they are like the outnumbered ones and they're like in the downstairs alliance. But isn't it their own fault that like all the people that they were aligned with kind of went home? Like you're a victim of your own circumstances, right? Yeah. So how did kind of the game change once you guys were able to start eliminating their numbers? And did it kind of make your game more difficult because by them taking out all their own people, you guys then had less people to choose from?
Out. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a catch-22, right? So, and this is what I think you and I have had this conversation about the pendulum before, right? So, so at the beginning, it's great, and the pendulum is shifting, right? We have more votes, but at some point, that also makes you more vulnerable, right? Because you got to start taking each other out. So I think that's what we see in these last few episodes here.
And Will, for you, being paired up with Olivia, how frustrating was that? Because here's the thing, I'm kind of like you with partners. It's like what motivates, and I get hot. Listen, man, you actually maintain your cool pretty well in challenges, but when I'm in the heat of the moment, and I get frustrated, my first instinct is to fucking yell. And there are some people that helps them and that motivates them, and there's other people that shut down. So I feel like Olivia was the latter, right?
Yeah. So, and that's the thing. The thing she told me is she's like, Will, I need you to be like, come on, you got this. Like, you can do it. You can do it. And that's not me. And the thing is, here's the thing. All of her fans think I'm an asshole, hate me, which is fine. Like, I don't care.
Do they? I think you've handled yourself relatively well. Yes, you've been a little critical, but here's the unfair part. Everyone's like, how could you yell at a pregnant woman like that? Nobody knew she was pregnant.
She didn't even know.
You can't
she did not know.
Did she?
No, she had a feeling just because she had missed her period.
A few of us knew. Well, yeah, that's how it works.
But in the challenge house, and listen, not to like TMI, but I will say this, and Aviv can, because we both have uteruses, Aviv can attest to this. When you are under a tremendous amount of emotional stress, doesn't that sometimes prevent your body from
or when you're rubbing feet and then your period doesn't come? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, but
too?
that's she only started talking about that till right now. This episode that we just watched.
We had heard rumors, so there were people that she had talked to. We had heard. I had confronted her about it, and then one day eventually she was like, "Well, I got it, but it was kind of whatever." But anyway, it is what it is. So I think there were rumors of it in the house for sure.
Well, given the amount of damage Will did this season, was there any questions that maybe he was the father?
We are yet to find out, I think, right?
I mean, hey, I was getting looked at.
You'll know real quick if it's not Theo's.
I was getting looked at real sharp-eyed when we were doing all those costumes when I was that
the cowboy and the cowgirl. I remember that.
we were Mr. and Mrs. Ride Her.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Legendary. Hey. All right, so Will, did you feel like the position that you found yourself in, you actually, I think, and Olivia, you guys not even lucked your way, but you guys have found yourselves in such a good position because you're protected on both sides, right? Because her side's obviously not going to throw her in because she's basically running that side with Theo and Adrienne. And then you obviously are protected on your side, or so you thought, because of your relationship with Nany and everyone. So as frustrating as it was for her to be your partner, wasn't it also kind of like a benefit at the same time?
Yeah, 100%. And that's why, because I got asked a few times, dude, why don't you stake a claim? And I'm just like, there's no point, because it's like, okay, I stake a claim. Okay, if I lose, we're going right in. So that kind of sucks. And I don't know what the challenge will be. And she's not a bad competitor. She's a good competitor. She's, And so I was like, it doesn't really make sense for me to do that, because also, like you said, protected on that side, Theo and them aren't going to throw her in. And then for her, my side's not going to throw us in with, So I was like, it doesn't really make sense. So obviously, I'm getting annoyed because she was like talking herself up the whole season, and then we get together, and then it's kind of just like a downhill thing. And they're not going to show you this on the show, but there was a few times where she said, dude, Will, you're the reason why we're still in this. Like, you're fucking holding this team together. You're kicking ass. Well, you know, and all they're going to show is Will's such an asshole. It's like, man, but.
Well, you don't like your edit?
I look fucking good.
You know
I
what?
don't think you look, no, honestly, Will, I don't think you look bad. You know, and you want to know, and here's why. And here's what you've done well, and this is, no matter how heated females have gotten with you in the game, because it doesn't matter. You could be 100% right. You scream and yell at a girl and you're 100% right. You're wrong, dude.
Oh, that was great to see.
But I'm saying you never really did that. Like, you almost, like, you kept your cool, and it was almost like, yeah, you were kind of a dick and you kind of like spun them more out of control, but you never lost your temper, and you know. So I think that was definitely what you had going for you. Now, you know, in the interviews and kind of, you know, maybe talking shit, whatever. But again, we didn't know, you know, that there was a baby on board. So that was kind of a piece of data that really would have, you know, changed the calculus.
Yeah, and I think I also would have been a little more
understanding,
caring and understanding if she's like, listen, this is what's going on, like, this is why. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Cool. That's it. Let's fucking keep grinding. And when I'm yelling, right? So like the last episode, when I'm yelling, I'm not yelling at her. It's like yelling aloud.
You're yelling with
like,
her.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
That's Will's baseline when he competes, by the way, because even the one challenge we did, he's like, Aviv, shut up, I don't want to do it. I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'm just going to count my steps then. I do want to say one thing about you, Will, that I thought after this episode was really interesting. As much as you had been protected by her socially.
Who's she?
Olivia. As much as Will had been protected by Olivia socially within the Closet Alliance, we'll call it. I didn't realize Will was probably one of the most protected people in the house in general. And at that point, I think the only people that probably didn't have your back may have been Sydney and Turbo. Because I didn't realize you were so locked in with both Cedric and Justin too. I mean, obviously Nany, but...
Yeah, no. And you know what's funny? Talking about that, that's kind of a snaky thing Turbo did, because what they didn't show.
Oh wait, Mr.
Turbo,
Honorable. Hold on. No. You cannot use Snaky and Turbo in the same sentence, because he is the most honorable man to ever play the game. He is never dishonest. Jesus.
Yeah, bro. He goes. So when I don't remember in the closet, him, Jeremy, and Cedric are talking like, "Hey, I want us three to go to the final."
Yeah.
Yes.
I was in that conversation a day prior with all of them in a group by the hot tub. He's like, "Will, brother," he's like, "I want strong guys in the final. I want me, you, Jeremy, Cedric. We go to final."
Yep.
Okay, cool. Then all of a sudden, now I'm not in it, probably because Sydney is riding Jeremy's dick.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's another thing where I was like, bro, what?
Which was surprising at this point of the game, because I thought Turbo was not allowing her to basically speak to anyone in the house.
Yeah, that's
like, I heard she even got mad at. I heard he got mad at her for going and doing an interview.
Yeah, that's.
It was like, I don't even want you talking to a field producer.
Oh wow! Oh, did it get that?
It was not good.
It was not good.
I'll say that. I was pretty looped into it.
Yeah. I mean, I got pictures. I got pictures. I took screen grabs, and I mean, they're pretty. It's pretty unmistakable evidence.
It was uncomfortable.
What happened, like, specifically? Because this is the big change that I've noticed. Michaela seems to just, like, be fucking firing at the hip at everybody in the house, dude, right? It seems like she's now in a position where, like, and listen, I respect the way Michaela plays the game, and she does. I think she plays a very hard game. I think she's very smart and very strategic, but it started, obviously, with, you know, Olivia. They were on opposite sides, but at what point did Michaela then kind of turn her focus on to you? Because it seemed like, again, in this episode, there's the scene where her and Cedric are at the bar, and you are, actually, I think it's last episode, one before this one, and you're talking to Theo, and you're wishing him good luck in the elimination, and they're kind of sitting there like, dude, this is like the snakiest behavior we've seen. And it's just like, she's just playing the fucking game, dude.
Not only that, obviously, played with Theo and Olivia before, and frankly, they were being at that point. I was almost friendlier with them than everyone in my room was losing it, and so they were still relatively normal. And you know how it gets in the house at the end. But really, I was buying him an apple pie and told him, sorry, I got to put you back in for the 4th or 5th time or whatever it was. So there were a lot of assumptions being made. But I think with Michaela, look, Michaela is all fucking business all the time. And if you don't understand that about Michaela, then you don't understand Michaela. So her decisions, whether she likes you or not as a human being, she's going to do what she needs to do to move forward. Now, I didn't know she was so secretive in the back. I knew she wasn't talking a lot. So that, I think, was a bit surprising. But she knew, like she said, from day one on the mountain. And what I will tell you is, because I came down on the mountain first on our side, as I was coming down, I got Anissa, Nany, and Ashley, they're like, get us a good room, get us a good room. 2 hours later, they all come down, and I'm like, all right. So I picked the room, and Michaela just throws her bag. Like, I saved a spot for Ashley, Nany, and Anissa. And Michaela, throws her back into our room, which I honestly think that from day one, she's like, this is it. This is where I'm going to be. This is going to be my competition. Now, at the same time, those people are the strong people are the ones that can help you get to the part, right, to the end. And I think she's just really good at being able to say she didn't really start gaming or showing her cards until she knew that the buy-in would be there. And that's what she did really, really well. So I think from day one, she knew she didn't want to go into the final with me. I think the fact that Jeremy was with me made no one want to have us there, right?
Did I not call this on the fucking bus day one, Aviv?
You basically
we need to get
before
Jeremy
or after
gone.
you
tried to get her with Olivia.
And here's what I think is so funny is everybody now is saying what I said. Oh man, we can't have Jeremy in a final. Right. Don't want to run against this guy. And I'm like, where was all this? Now the same people that were saying that I was was I the first one to maybe vocalize it? Yes, but it's not like I was actively headhunting the guy. I was just saying this guy's gonna be a fucking problem. And everyone's like, oh man, well you were putting a target on his back. I was like, the guy put a target on his own fucking back. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, dude, the way he ran up that fucking mountain.
Yeah, but he didn't care. That's how good he is. Like that was the point.
And by the way,
I'm good too. Okay. No. Let's stop real quick.
You did. You beat me up the fucking mountain, dude.
Will, you are great.
No,
I'm just saying.
Not about the mountain. Not about the mountain. And all together wise, he's the best at climbing a mountain. Yes. But I think overall, I don't think he's the best.
Oh, there's a lot of variables. Yeah. I agree. There were things he wasn't good at.
Yeah. like wearing shorts that covered
who banged the most girls.
Oh, Jesus. MVP, dude. This guy.
Come on.
Jeez, leave some.
You win that one.
Leave some for the rest of us, dude. Actually, you did.
Spot in the closet.
Actually, you did. All right, coming into this game, we have a lot of shit shifting around. We've got, obviously, Michaela starting to, turn on her allies. We've got Nany kind of now, again, changing sides. Was this kind of how the house gets, was this kind of palpable? Could you feel this tide and this energy? You felt this energy. You had to have been able to feel this energy shifting, right? And do you feel like there was, the reason that there was more stress and more drama in your room is because I feel like the downstairs closet alliance, I feel like they were just, especially Theo and Adrian, they were just kind of all right, we've just come to a point of acceptance that we're going to be thrown in every time. Whereas with you guys, it was kind of still damn, now we're the ones that have numbers. We're the ones that are going to have to, based on the way the challenges shake down, have to make some really tough decisions. So do you think that's where kind of the stress and anxiety came into play?
Totally. I mean, number one, when that point is coming and when it's there, and that was it. And you see emotionally everyone shift, right? Everyone is becoming more emotional. Nany's been spiraling for a couple episodes now, right? So,
episodes?
A couple episodes. And a couple episodes. But I think too, all you had in that what started as a huge closet alliance was Theo and Adrienne that were a team, and Olivia, who's the girlfriend, right? The pregnant girlfriend at this point. So it's they're not really going to turn on each other. And if they do, there's only one option. It's the other person. There wasn't really anyone else there. And I don't know. I mean, you can't keep. There were still 3 more challenges or something like that. So it's like you can't. The pendulum had to swing back the other way.
Okay. So, and then going into obviously this episode, we had Aneesa that basically is saying that she still felt like she was owed an apology from Nany, and she didn't get one from Ashley. Do we think that at this point? I mean, just based on what now with Aneesa and Nany and Ashley, is there an apology? Should there be an apology, or do we think that Aneesa is just kind of? Because here's the way that I see it. Because then it happens again when Aneesa is basically telling Nany not to vote for her, right? It's like, you've been playing against us this entire game. None of the people that I'm voting with are going to not vote against you. Right. So I kind of have to. It's a weird position for her to be put in. I don't know
why she thought Nany wasn't going to do it, to be honest. I mean, let me answer your first question about the apology. I wasn't there the night that the whole thing went down with Ashley. And I wasn't really there for the Nany thing. And frankly, I made sure I wasn't involved in any of it because it just was so ridiculous and everyone was drunk and over the top. But I think that if they really wanted to work it out as 2 human beings, then you have a private conversation. But to just expect some apology, there were things said from both sides that were
uncouth,
not cool, right? So I don't think that was ever going to happen. I don't think that's a realistic expectation. And then to use that to try to get a vote back. I mean, I had told Aneesa basically right after that challenge with the chains, I said, well, it's going to be you, like, for me, because there's no one left on that side. There was no option because Will and Olivia won. Theo and Adrienne were going in. I mean, it should have been Michaela and Cedric. But because Theo, remember that?
They timed out at like 35
did not
minutes or
do
something.
Well. And the only reason that Michaela and Cedric weren't there is because he DQ'd. And he had plenty of opportunity not to, right? So that only left Aneesa and Jake on that side.
Yeah.
So it was actually a real easy vote from that perspective. Maybe not the smartest one.
Speaking of Cedric and Michaela as partners, what I find wild is, like, and we were just talking about this before, Cedric, I felt bamboozled by him, but he was honestly playing. I think the game that he played was one of the sneakiest of them all. Yeah. Yet he was the first one to kind of, like, especially you, because that's kind of where this all goes to. We have the scene at the bar in episode 15 where you're talking to Theo, and you've got Michaela and Cedric both calling you out. Then we've got Nany, Sydney, and Michaela all calling you out. Here, let me play this clip.
Crocodile tears were killing me. Yeah, I didn't like that at all because it seems disingenuous, right? Just a shape-shifting, fake, fraudulent, lying, unnecessary person in this game. Like, I hate that she's partnered with Jeremy.
I know. I trust Jeremy wholeheartedly, but as much as I love Aviv, some of my closest allies in this game see her as a flip-flopper.
Jeremy, he's paranoid too, so he's not moving. I mean, as long as he can control her vote, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. Because we gotta obviously stay strong. This is vets and new threats. Some people need to be retired and some people need to be rehired.
Yeah.
She is the former.
I agree.
Let it go. Go do something else.
I think she likes me.
I think so too. let me give you my thought on this, and you tell me if I'm anywhere near the target here. Okay. I almost take this as Michaela obviously is looking at you. You're in a position, you have people on your side, you've made ins that she doesn't have, most notably like the Olivia Theo situation, right? You're connected to Jeremy. Now, Sydney should know that based on the fact that you're connected to Jeremy, like, they're good, right? They're kind of safe on their side. So is this almost Sydney's way of
information gathering?
Not just information gathering, but almost pretending like she's on the same page with Sydney. That way she can kind of like...
With Michaela, I mean. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sydney's way of almost feeling like agreeing with Michaela so that then she can almost like pull her over or feel like they're working the same way. Because Sydney's never going to vote against you guys. You and Jeremy are partners. So is this like a strategic play on her part? Or you
I think so.
Okay.
I don't think whether or not Sydney. First of all, yes, people did not believe that I was doing what I was saying, which was a problem for me. I thought that being honest and continuing to vote the way that I said I was going to vote was going to be enough proof, right? Which it wasn't, which is fine. They wanted me out anyway. So they had other reasons to pull me out. They had other reasons to pull me out. I feel like Sydney, yes, because you see this with Justin too in this episode when they're having a conversation. Sydney right now is kind of trying to balance out. She won the challenge, so she's got nothing to worry about. But why not, get in with some people, get some information? So 100%, I think that's what's happening.
I was surprised that she was allowed to even have that conversation.
He probably didn't know.
With me. He didn't. This must have been.
He might have been in an
Turbo
interview.
must have been napping. And what was your take? I mean, obviously, then, Will, you're paired up with Olivia. And, so you're kind of good. You kind of have a different read on things. You and, Cedric at this point are boys, right?
Yeah.
So what was her take? What was her strategy? Where do you think Aviv and stood in that little alliance?
With Sydney and them?
Yeah.
I don't know because I really didn't know what was going on, and the main thing was we all were like, okay, we need Jeremy out because we don't want Jeremy in the final. Sucks for Aviv because Aviv's attached to him, but no one really thought about, wait a minute, if we're saying all this stuff, Jeremy or Aviv could stake a claim and be like, hey, look, we're staying. One of us is staying. Now you guys are all screwed. So, I mean, I don't know. I think you asked where I think Aviv stood on it, or
no, just that conversation, the way that Sydney is kind of again positioning herself with Michaela. Was this knowing that Aviv's paired up with Jeremy? Yeah. Okay, so that there's no way that they're gonna vote them in. So. Right. It's all right. Let's get to the challenge real quick, this cave challenge, because Aviv has something to say about this.
Uh-oh.
I am shocked and appalled that they edited something to make it look different than it actually was, because the way it looked was that everyone was going in there with fucking matches and lighting them, and people were circling boxes, and I was even wondering a few things. This is what I was thinking. A, why aren't you writing all the fucking numbers down?
That was going to be my question for you. That would 100% be the first thing you did.
Two things. Whatever the damn voice says, okay, write the motherfuckers down. Your hand, I'd be writing them on Aviv's face. I don't even know, dude. Whatever.
Yeah.
Why weren't we lighting, and maybe people were doing this, a match with a match instead of continuing to strike matches? Or why weren't we finding flammable shit on the ground?
We weren't allowed to do that.
I would have started a fucking bonfire right there, dude.
There's nothing that, and then I tried to find the rest of the matches that were kind of burnt out, to burn the rest of the wood. But it's just, dude, there's no oxygen in there. That shit is just gonna go out no matter what. So then the whole day took us fucking 5.5 hours because we did do all of that.
Okay, you did.
I did. The first time we went in, every single person went in there. We were hearing the numbers oh my God, we got a Sharpie. Dude, I came out covered in Sharpie. Everyone else too.
That's
I get out.
I forgot some of you scratched it in your body.
TJ was like, let me see your arm, Will. I showed him. He goes, get that shit off right now. And I'm like, okay. So everybody did it. We go back in there. We're doing everything. And the first round, me and Olivia had gotten every single number. So I'm like, oh my God, this is great. We all get out and he comes, you know what? We're going to do it again. Oh, fuck. Dude, we do it again. Fucking second to last. Oh man, just terrible.
And what happened? And then what happened with saying?
So first of all, yes, you know how they are with the rules. They're like, okay, so you couldn't light anything, but we're going in, and you can't really do a lot of strategy. But I'm like, I'm gonna have a pen. We don't know what it's gonna be like. So if there's anywhere to write the numbers, I'm just gonna write them. I don't know if I can use it or not, but obviously I'll write them and we'll figure it out as we go. Well, what you figure out real quick is, and everyone kind of wrote them down. That you can't really, the matches don't even last long enough to use that strategy. You really had to have the match and circle at the same time, right? So even though everyone wrote it down thinking you could go back and forth, you couldn't move the match because it would just die. Yeah. So we get out, and Jeremy and I finish like at least 10 minutes before everyone. I mean, we sat there for a while, and we were like, did we fuck it up? Like, we got 15. We don't know. We felt really good.
Yeah.
We were going through. I think you guys came up not long. You guys were first, I think,
Oh, yeah,
after
we both
us.
had 15,
Yeah. And,
That's
we're
right,
asking everyone. So we're starting to think like, oh, shit, we won, and we came out first. So we wouldn't have even been in a situation to go in.
Yeah.
And
Me
all
neither.
of us get out, and they're like, TJ does this thing, because you know how they have the
The
all
powwow
pissed off
after.
about cheating. Yeah, so we're sitting there, and it took a long time. We were there, like, running for almost probably an hour and a half?
a rule that was discussed before?
No, and they gave you a pen.
Of course not. Of
and
course
you
not.
couldn't even use it. So, like, the strategy didn't even work. In fact, it was a waste of my fucking time, right?
The pen?
Well, the table, because you couldn't move the match to see what you wrote on the table.
Mm-hmm.
So writing on the table didn't do shit, is my point.
Okay.
So you couldn't even use it to actually cheat or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't get,
Don't
so
get her
my
going.
mood was
So you're
like,
telling me that they just like made up rules halfway through the game and then just picked the winner out of fucking random?
so then they said you have to redo it, and you do it, you have 20 minutes to do it. So already my mood is like, fuck, I'm so fucking pissed. Like, I know I have to win today.
You don't have
We
good
just
luck in
kicked
caves.
ass.
I'm not going to lie. Every time you do a challenge in a cave, Aviv, it never works out for you.
I guess.
At least this time you didn't end up in some fucking Vietnamese fucking war
I did come out
tunnel
alive,
booby
but-
trap.
Yeah, well, spun into a great story too. But anyway, whatever.
Fucking
So
heroin
we didn't
needles
win
in
the
your
second
feet and
time.
shit. Like, Jesus Christ.
Or a big rash
Yeah.
like I had last time. Anyway, whatever. So that's the challenge. Sometimes it works in your favor.
Exactly.
Sometimes it fucks you over.
I say this all the time. I've been on both sides. We all have. All right. So we get back after the challenge is over. And then now, at what point did you start to feel now like the girls in your room were almost kind of turning towards you? Because this now is the conversation that starts to raise some red flags.
Hopefully you already know what time it is.
Listen, Michaela, I'm so happy you said that, because we are so close to the final.
We're so close to the final.
So close to the final.
Why in God's green earth will we take an ultra marathon runner to a final? And that's the one thing she can do is run.
She was keeping up with Jeremy.
I knew what time it was from day one on the mountain. So it's time, and I'm happy to be the one to do it myself.
My goals have been the same this entire game. I saw who went up the mountain before me. Those are the people that I would prefer not to see in a final. I feel more confident going against any girl in this house in an elimination versus in a final. So if there's an opportunity for me to get my competition out of this game, let's do it.
So this was the part, because I noticed this. You walked in with your little iPads on. And I could tell, they didn't really show it right, but I know Nany so well. I could tell by the reaction on her face that her and Michaela were having a conversation that you then walked in.
Oh, yeah. And you'll notice, walked in a few times.
Okay. You're good at that.
Aviv
just has a sixth sense of knowing when something's going on that she has to
It's
be
like when two
involved
people
in.
are like fucking in a room, and I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah,
So it's like, this is so
you walk in,
exciting.
and then they kind of change up the combo, right?
You're still doing Theo and Adrian, right? Yeah. I think it's gonna end up a coin toss.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's been a great season, and it's not over.
Very non-committal. It's been a great season, and it's not over.
Don't get a heart and go Tel Aviv now. Hey, we're going to vote for it. Bro, what are we doing?
Obviously, Michaela goes down, tells the rest of the house, we are going to basically say you and Jeremy.
Yep.
Which then, she's gaming. She's now putting herself in a position now where she's got the other side of the house playing with her. So at this point, did you know, you obviously knew, I think at this point, that Michaela was kind of coming after you?
Not really. Michaela was the one that I didn't really know. Nany had been so emotional for, and people were just manipulating her left and right with that. And she got to the point where she was kind of distanced with me, which made me feel like that's not normal, something's happened. Plus, it was just that time. So the minute that we knew we didn't win the challenge, we knew we were going in, and the best case would be a coin toss, right?
Okay.
So especially because we knew Nany and Will, right? So that already meant that Will wasn't going to vote for Nany, which really only left Theo. So the best case would have been Nany votes Theo.
But you didn't know that Nany was going to vote for you until she sat you down.
I questioned it.
Okay.
And
because you didn't look that surprised when she told you.
That's why I asked her.
You looked upset.
That's why I confronted her.
So that wasn't her pulling you aside. That was you.
That was me saying that, and that's the same thing I did to Anissa when I started to think, okay, this is happening, right? I said I'm at least going to confront her about it and see if she says it to my face or what she says, right? And the reality is that's probably part of why she told me, because when she sat me down, she said, now I feel really bad because you asked me. I said I was going to do one thing, but I'm doing another thing.
Got it.
So that's just how I am, though. If I think something's going down, I'd rather verify it, and I'm going to make you a little uncomfortable if it is happening and confront you about it.
You got to, here's what I will say. You got to give her credit for at least like owning up and telling you. Because
I loved her for that.
Because from a game perspective, her doing that.
It was,
was dumb because then that is what then led to this whole domino effect of then Jeremy staking a claim.
I say yes and no on that.
Okay.
Because, and
I want your take on this too, Will.
Yeah. And I'd be curious to hear also the other people that were involved. So
and for the people, because this was a there were so many different fucking angles and moving parts. So just explain just as best as you can. Yeah. Okay, the situation where it was originally going to be, a coin toss, but then it goes to Nany then getting flipped. So then she's going to say, so you guys were 100% going in. So once you then found out, okay, it's us going in.
Yes.
Did you then right away run to Jeremy and say, hey, guess what?
So I went to him, which it wasn't a secret.
Yeah.
Nany said, obviously you're going to tell your partner. Jeremy and I had talked about the possibility before, but this was full
Did she expect you not to tell? Did she expect you not to?
No, and I asked her about that later, and she was like, no, of course. So Jeremy was sleeping, and I went to Jeremy and I said, hey, just FYI, she is flipping for sure. We're definitely going in. And that was it. And he goes, okay. And he went back to sleep. And we both had interviews that day. So I went to my interview. I didn't see him the whole day. And we missed each other. He went to his interview later. So what you see in this episode that I didn't know was Justin mentioning to Sydney, hey, we're putting him in. Well, Sydney is Jeremy's number one. I mean, if any two people were fucking locked in, it was Sydney and Jeremy. And so that to me was really interesting because what I knew from Jeremy, because I don't find out till about 30 minutes before the nomination, which I guess everyone thinks is enough time for me to run around.
Well, he comes to the pool table, and this is when he goes, I'm going to stake a claim, and you had your little giggle.
Oh my God, because at that point, we talked for 2 seconds, but I was like,
that was him. I'm saying, exactly, that was him bringing that idea to you.
Correct. Yes. And right before that, you see Sydney trying to pitch it to me and Turbo, and I'm like, why would I? There's no point. They made up their mind. There's no other partner for me to take. It just doesn't make sense. For Jeremy, it didn't make sense.
Oh, they were trying to convince you to stake a claim on someone.
Yes.
What if two people want to stake a claim at the same time?
I don't know. We didn't ask, but those are
what if two people
rules
stand
will
up?
Be made up when we get there.
Whoever stood up for
I know. I was also wondering, could we at this point stake a claim on a vet?
Yeah.
Vet on vet. I don't know. We never kind of got there. But anyway, the point is, I never had an idea. I was very grateful, and it meant so much to me that Nany came to me because Nany and I truly built a relationship that season. And I also, as much as I didn't know Nany for a long time, I knew Nany knew that was not a good game move, But I also personally did not take advantage of that.
But maybe it wasn't a game move, but do you think she knew that by telling you were that was going to happen? Probably not.
She didn't think that, but I didn't think that either.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. What upset me more about that whole thing was that she thought that because she told me, I then planted that, which I had nothing to do with it. And I was like, it meant so much to me.
It was
honestly.
Sydney. Damn it! If Turbo would have just not let her out of the bedroom that day, that would have never happened.
Right.
She was shaking the cage.
Yeah. Will. Yeah. And then so what? And then did you obviously because you and Nany had your little. When you guys were laying outside in the bed and you were like, dude, she's just off. She's acting weird. Did you have any idea that this whole stake a claim situation was going to go on? What was your read on this whole?
So I didn't know the stake was happening. Like I said, the stake was 30 minutes prior. So, but I knew when she was acting strange, like in the episode when they show it, it shows that Nany went to tell Aviv. Our talk happened before that. So us on the patio was before she went to talk to Aviv. And we were talking and I'm like, dude, she looks different. Like something's going to happen here where she's going to say something to Aviv because she's feeling some type of way, and then that's going to screw me.
Well, do you think the reason she was acting like that, though, wasn't it because she had swore to Theo that she wasn't going to say his name?
That could have been it too, but they had done that off camera, and then when it came down after the deliberation or whatever, Theo tried bullshitting me and being like, no, Will, we were there. It was yesterday when we said that she wasn't going to say my name. I'm like, motherfucker, no,
that sounds so unlike.
bro.
That sounds so unlike him.
I go. Here's the thing. I go, just because you don't say my name, that does not mean shit. People burn votes all the time. Oh, I didn't say your name, so we're still fine. Shut up. You can save someone being like, look, it's mine and Aviv's turn now. And then her excuse was she had a problem with Aviv. I go, that doesn't make any sense because you can't stand Olivia, and me and her are still in the game.
Yeah.
So I go, we could both vote Theo and Adrienne. That's 2 against the 1 here. And then Jeremy was not going to vote for me and Aviv.
Exactly.
He would have stalemated or been like, all right, Nany and Justin, we don't care.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so then when me and her start talking or whatever, I'm like, dude, she's acting weird. Something is going on. I can just feel it. Like, you know, I'm all used up, I guess. And you can see, too, here's the thing. Jeremy tells me it was for dramatic effect, but I really don't know if he was sure about 100% when he got asked until, I don't know if you see the last minute, but Nany does this. Right to Jeremy.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he stands up and I'm like, oh. So I'm thinking,
and you knew it was, going to be, did you know it was going to be Olivia right when he stood up?
Like, yeah, because I was the only one.
Okay. Yeah,
There
I was
were no
the
other vet.
because Justin
That's right, it had
already
to be a
got
vet.
staked.
That's right.
Yeah,
okay.
and then I was like, "Fuck, dude." And then that day too, though, because Jeremy wasn't 100% sure that he was just gonna demolish me, you know. But I didn't eat all day because in my head I'm thinking, "Fuck, I'm not going in." You know, that was like the last thing everyone thought about was a stake a claim.
Yeah, because it only happened
At that
twice.
point, too.
It only happened twice.
Bro, exactly. So I didn't eat all day. I wasn't drinking my water all day because I'm like, you know what? Oh, fuck, I made this far finally. And then all of a sudden, you know, 10 minutes before I hear about it, because Cedric, he's like, hey, just be careful because Jeremy might be staking. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Well, by the way,
man.
I told Michaela when I ran, because it all happened really fast before nominations. And actually, I don't think anyone has this information. But Jeremy said to me, do you want to go talk to Sydney and Turbo about it? And I was like, so, as much as I'm laughing and giggling, I'm like, oh my God. Like, now I don't even have my partner. You know, like, I'm like, this is just, fuck everything. Fuck everyone. I don't care anymore. At least this will be fun.
Good
this
TV.
will turn everyone. Yeah, like at that point, that's all I had was like the fun of it.
And Jeremy had nothing to lose by doing it.
No, it was so smart. One of us was going to probably make the final.
Yeah,
honestly,
and then it's
so
like,
smart from you.
Then he pairs himself with Olivia. Now he is
Exactly.
the
most
protected on
now
all sides.
they can't do anything.
Exactly.
So-
Yeah, I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. Like, very, very good decision making on his part.
But honestly, it felt like from a team perspective for me, it was like if he makes it to the final or I make it to the final, it's still a win because we're in this together. So at that point, no one was really supporting me but him, right? To a certain degree. So it was like, this at least fucks everyone over in the sense that like, he's almost like our season.
Yeah.
So really, I'm the martyr for all of you getting to the final.
You really are. Yeah, you really are. Now, okay, then he wins the fucking uphill battle race. Mm-hmm. You come back, okay, and you had just lost. So now they're going to have to decide who's going to go in. Did you at this point, Will, have any idea that Nany was going to say you guys? So let me just play this clip real quick here.
Nany and I have no idea what the hell we're gonna do. We can't say Will's name. To him, it looks like we're being disloyal and we have a different game plan. But for us, we just don't know what to do because we want to be gone, but we can't harm Will.
Nany, what are you guys gonna do?
I am in a complete mind. All of this happened so quickly. Justin and I
haven't even talked. I feel so overwhelmed. This is my fault, and I just completely shut down.
Well, at least she knows it's her fault.
So the only thing, this is what I want to say about this is it's not okay. Aviv, you're still in the game. They want to like potentially get rid of you, but like the swap out from Jeremy to you, it's not exactly like that's
right.
You're swapping out one strong guy for another one.
Yep.
So the fact that like I don't know, I just felt like you guys made your decision and based strictly on that right there should have told them everything they should have, Justin and Nany, about what their decision should have been. And I think, like you said, the fact that they paused and hesitated meant that they weren't going to say your name. So I guess the deal she made with Theo last minute really trump her relationship with you and Justin, or was that, her out?
Problem is she swore at her mom. That was the biggest problem, I think.
And so when we were talking, she's like, I swore on my mom I wouldn't say his name. And I was like, where was I for this? And like you see in the episode, Theo says, oh yeah, that happened off camera. So now I'm like, okay, well, fuck, dude. Because honestly, we didn't think of this situation, clearly. But it doesn't matter because it's like, damn, dude, if the situation arises, like, okay, obviously Theo's going to say me. He said he's not going to say Nany's name because they made that little deal. So now I'm thinking, I don't know about the deal. So I'm looking at them like, okay, well, hey, just because you're not saying my name, that's not saving me. We both could go Theo right now. No, I can't. But I'm not going to say your name. That's an out. That's an out for me every day of the week. It's like, oh, I'm just, so I'm like, bro. And then I was sitting there waiting, Aviv, I don't even know, what was it? Almost 10 minutes before TJ was like, Will, give an answer. And then I'm like, all right, okay, Olivia, Jeremy. And then Aviv's like, whoa, production gave me so much time on that one. It was probably overall like 10 minutes.
Well, because they knew it was escalating between you and Nany. Were like, it was like,
well, here's the thing too. It's like, if you tell me that you want to go to the final with me and then do all this together, like she even said in her interview, but yet you're not going to say, pull like a little save for me. I just saw that. I was like, kind of like a little backstab. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
It's like a black widow. It's like a black widow. She mated with you and then bit your head off.
Well,
bro. And also too, Theo, they were not working the whole entire game together. Then all of a sudden, right before a final, it's like, hey, let's not.
Well, that's what I was asking.
And I was thinking, oh my God, Nany, because we didn't know about the Theo deal at this point. I'm like, Nany, this is our chance to work together.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking like, oh,
and then she goes, I have a problem.
Like, doesn't matter now.
Yeah, then she's like, I have a problem with
Aviv.
I'm like, what is that? You have a problem with Aviv, but you just told her that you were voting for her. So how do you have a problem, but you have a heart with her now, but you hate Olivia, but I'm still here? Like, very confused.
It was real. Listen, no one had time to think about it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what would have been, if we had more time, smart to do, but it would have been shitty for Theo to put them in this situation. If we would have voted to let Theo and Adrienne vote Will and I. Will and I tell Nany, we won't vote you if you don't vote us, right? Mm-hmm. So we vote Theo and Adrienne. Then Nany and Justin vote Olivia and Jeremy. But then Jeremy said he would stalemate. And do you think Olivia would choose herself or Theo?
You know what I just felt like? Have you seen the meme where the guy's looking and there's fucking math equations just going out into outer space?
Zach Galifianakis, baby.
I was like, I don't think I could do that.
I think me and Ben just had the exact same thought.
Well, you'll have to when you edit it.
Now that you say that, I think that would have worked.
That's crazy.
All right. Well, listen, you guys, you should have spent, you know what? Maybe if you would have spent a little more time, Will, in the bathroom with Aviv instead of Nany, you guys would have figured out the fucking puzzles.
In the bathroom. Aviv wanted that one middle piece so bad to work. And I go, Aviv, I don't think it's in this. I don't think.
Even
She's
the
like,
judges basically told us.
Then she would bring it back into play, and I go, Aviv, it
don't you got to know about her. Once she gets her mindset on something, she won't do it because she wants to prove you wrong.
No, it was bad. But she
will literally shove a fucking square peg into a round hole and be like, trust me, it fits.
But usually it works. Will is right. We went, but they make that puzzle look like it. I mean, how long were we there, Will? Like,
I think they took
over an hour.
I think those porta potties, they brought them from Vietnam. Those were our little shower porta potties. All right, Will, on the way out, this is what you and Nany said, and I just want your final thoughts on this, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Fake ass.
I would like Will to know that None of this was my plan. I didn't orchestrate any of this. I wanted to get to the final with him. I wanted us to finish this together. I know that he's leaving this game thinking the absolute worst of me, and that makes me so sad because he has no idea how much I actually care about him and how much I care that he's leaving right now.
But after hearing that, I mean, we're good now, right? We love Nany.
Yeah, no. Me and Nany are great. Yeah, we're good.
How good?
We haven't fucked again, if that's what you're asking.
God, I was hoping we get one more in before the show.
She was too mad.
We hit the trifecta, though.
Too mad in Amsterdam. So,
I think this might be the first NC-17 rating podcast I ever get. I might not be able to monetize this one on YouTube because the first 40 minutes was about Will having sex with people.
Hopefully you can sell that hat instead.
I am.
We're making t-shirts.
Yes, dude. Yeah.
Never been to Paris, but I'll try once.
Brothers. All right. Well, listen, you two, you had a hell of a season. I will say this, as shitty as it was for your game, it made great fucking TV the way that all played out. And I don't want to sound like TJ here, but it sucks seeing you guys go, but I'm sure we will see you again in the future.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks for having me.
Strap them up, you two. All right. Well, Aviv and Will, thank you for that podcast, that studio that you came to us from. Amazing backdrop.
It's a black hole.
I appreciate the both of you stopping by. Will, for those of you who don't follow you on social media, where can they find you?
Yeah, go to my Instagram is Will Gagn0N. That's where you'll be finding me posting on my daily activities
And singing.
How do you pronounce that? Because it looks like Will Gagnon.
I have him gagging on it.
That's what I was assuming. Okay. Will Gagnon. All right. G0N. All right. Listen, brother, hell of a season.
Thanks, man.
And can't wait to see. Can't wait to find another sandbox to play with you, my man.
I can't wait. We'll be throwing sand left and right.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping by the Death, Taxes, and Bananas podcast, where the tea flows like wine and my guests instinctively flock like the salmon of Capistrano. I'm Oprah, and I love you.